Yeah, but I want to live in a positive atmosphere, you know what I'm saying, where videos like these can be made, where we actually figure out the minute problems that we have within our communities and figure out a way to actually solve them instead of just create new ones. And I want to revisit this while I still remember this, but I understand that the biggest problem right now to me with conversating with people is that, like, you really never know how they're gonna respond. Like, there's situations where people get asked what I would consider surface level questions. Like, hey, how you doing, sir? You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden it turns into an altercation. It's like, you trying to check me, bro? You trying to figure out how I'm doing? And it's weird. It's so weird. But I don't know. I think it's just like, in certain situations, we just get so built up with anger and like frustration and not having anybody to confide in, that like when you get asked something, they kind of like throw you off. And then when you get thrown off, what happens to us is that whenever something gets turned in an aspect that you never expected it to, you go back to your most primal, or not, I won't say primal so nobody get confused or anything, but in a sense, the most natural state. Like, what are you used to doing? Like, how did you grow up? What situation, what environment were you surrounded by? If you were in a situation to where you always had to be on your defense, have your A game up, because somebody trying to clown you or trying to play you in some type of way, then of course you'll respond in that exact facet if you get questioned and you don't know how to take that. Like, maybe you don't understand what's being said, so obviously that'll throw you off. It causes you to go back into that state, that natural state, to where you feel like you got to defend yourself, you know? And I feel like that's the hardest part, like when trying to conversate with somebody nowadays, because like you really never know how they're gonna respond. And it's not our fault, but it is our fault, because that's where the self-reflection process begins. But then again, when I think about it, it's like, if you haven't come across somebody such as myself, or like other people who do have that other perception and can give you this ideal of what it looks like to have like a normal conversation where nobody's being picked on, nobody's being tested. Like, it just sounds so crazy to hear, and it's like, until they hear that, all they know is all they know. And of course, not everybody like this. Some people choose to be ignorant in certain ways. So I will not just make a video saying go speak to everybody, because I know the dangers of speaking to people. Like, I understand it. Like, that's in certain ways, that's why I stick to myself for most of the time period, because I understand how people can get. We just got to put ourselves out there more. As the collective that I want to be, as the leader that I plan to be in the future, I know I have to start stepping out of my comfort zone in that way as well. Hopefully these things reach some of the people that I'm trying to reach. And I'm saying, I want to get this community started for real. Like, something beautiful can really be made if the right people's hearts are touched by the certain messages. But if you never release these things, you never produce enough things, and you're only consuming, then you will never know what you can get in return. So that's why I kind of wanted to break that chain and just go with what I'm thinking at the moment, instead of waiting and sitting on it until it comes back later, or it's 10 years down the line and something drastic already happened, and now I'm trying to do what I was trying to do 10 years ago. I'd rather just do it now, see where it goes. If it doesn't go anywhere, that's fine. As long as I try something, I'm producing something. I'm not just consuming, you know what I'm saying, whatever now. What I want to see is what I'm creating right now. So yeah, but I want to live in a positive atmosphere, you know what I'm saying, where videos like these can be made, where we actually figure out the minute problems that we have within our communities and figure out a way to actually solve them instead of just create new ones. Because there's always division created, but there's never atmospheres for us to come together. Like, when we do have the chance to come together, excuse me, all of a sudden there's these little things, these little differences within each other that we feel like we have to use to separate each other, which only creates a divided kingdom, and it doesn't lead to anything good for us, but we still continue to live by it. And that's the thing that throws me off every time. But it's a reality that we live in, so we have to accept that. I'm off topic all over again, but it's how I talk for real. Like, That's why I do these short quote videos, because like I really do get down into the details and like to just discuss things like these. And I might start doing this more, because this is something I can look back on and see where I progressed from. So yeah, but the overall point of this, and I want to state this clearly, is that there is a risk factor in speaking within the people within your communities, but that takes a level of understanding of each other. And as a community, a growing community, we need to know that not everybody has the same background as us, and that's where the understanding part comes in. And the person who is being helped or has a certain way about them that needs to be discussed or fixed, hopefully they get a different perspective or see a different perspective, and realize that whatever they're doing, the lifestyle they're living, the dreams they're chasing, the girls they're trying to get, the money they're trying to build up, will not lead to anything until they fix their mindset. Because, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, you can have all the money in the world and spend it like it's $10 at the candy store. And so it starts with the mindset. We just not taught that. We're taught to grind hard, we're taught to work hard, but where's our minds at? And that's the thing that I'm trying to home right now. So yeah, I'll just end with that because this video is already 7 minutes long. So yeah.